Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 11. It is round 11, Saturday, the 10th of January, 2026. Let's go to the first game. It is Geelong Cats versus Collingwood down at GMHBA Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter of this match. Underway the first quarter. Collingwood are 11th. Geelong are in 4th place. All right. And the first quarter has completed. And Geelong kicked 6-5 to Collingwood 6-6 down at the Cattery in the first quarter. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. Who's going to be in front at halftime? Geelong have got the biggest winning streak of 6. So they're going for 7 in a row. Collingwood, they kicked 6-2 to Geelong, 5-5 at halftime. It is Collingwood by 4 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Second half underway here in this match. Geelong need to get another win so they can have 7 games in a row that they've won. Geelong kicked 5 goals, won. Collingwood 6-5 after halftime, and it is 14 points the difference at three-quarter time to Collingwood. Looks like Collingwood may get the job done. They've kicked 18 goals in three quarters. The final siren has gone, and Collingwood have won this match by 12 points. They kicked 1-6 in the last quarter to Geelong, 2-2. So Geelong did win the last quarter but lost the game. All right, so let's go to the next game. It is Hawthorn versus Essendon. First quarter at Marvel Stadium. Hawthorn are 10th, Essendon are 13th. First quarter done. Hawthorn have kicked 6-5 to Essendon 4-5. So it's 2 goals the difference at quarter time to Hawthorn. Second quarter underway. Halftime siren has gone, and Hawthorn have kicked 5-3 to Essendon 1-3 in that second quarter. It is 36 points the difference to Hawthorn. Second half underway in this game. Three-quarter time has come, and Hawthorn have kicked 6-4 after half-time to Essendon 2-2, and it is 62 points the difference. Hawthorn 114 to Essendon 52. Last quarter underway in this game. Who is Hawthorn going to win by a huge margin? Yes, the final siren has gone, and Hawthorn have kicked 5-5 to Essendon 6-5 in that last quarter. So Essendon won the last quarter by a goal, but Hawthorn won the game by 56 points. Final scores: Hawthorn 22-17, 149 to Essendon 13-15, 93. All right, so that puts Hawthorn in the top 8. Let's go to the next game. It is Western Bulldogs versus West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium. So we've got 3 games in a row at Marvel Stadium. West Coast second on the ladder, Bulldogs 12th. First quarter has completed, and the Bulldogs have kicked 6 goals, 1 in that first quarter to West Coast 1-3. So West Coast are playing away. They are 28 points down at quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter to see if they can recover. Very hard for a team to recover after a big start in that first quarter. All right, so Bulldogs, they've kicked 5-4 to West Coast 4-1. At halftime, it is 37 points the difference to the Bulldogs, 71-34. Second half underway in this game. Can the West Coast turn it on in the second half? Three-quarter time has come, and West Coast have kicked 4-3 after half time to Western Bulldogs 1-6. So it is 22 points the difference at three-quarter time. West Coast 61 to Bulldogs 83. Can the West Coast get a win on the road here? Final siren has gone, but no, the Western Bulldogs have kicked away. They kicked 5-2 to West Coast, 1-6 in that last quarter. So Western Bulldogs have won by 42 points. Final scores, Western Bulldogs 17-13, 115 to West Coast Eagles 10-13, 73. So the Bulldogs have beaten the previous premiers by 42 points. All right, let's go to the next game. It is North Melbourne versus Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. So this is the third game in a row at Marvel Stadium. First quarter has completed and North Melbourne have kicked 4-5 to Melbourne 1-4. So it's 19 points the difference at quarter time to North Melbourne 29-10. Second quarter underway. Halftime siren has gone and Melbourne, they've kicked back and kicked 5-5 to North Melbourne, 1-2. And it is 8 points the difference. Melbourne's way 45-37 at halftime. Let's go to the second half of this game. This may go down to the wire. It's bottom versus 15th. So North Melbourne's on the bottom. Melbourne's 15th. Three-quarter time has come, and Melbourne, they've kicked 2-5 to North Melbourne, 1-2. And it is 17 points the difference to Melbourne going into the last quarter. Melbourne 62, North Melbourne 45. And the final siren has gone and Melbourne have won this game by 17 points. North Melbourne 7-11, 53 to Melbourne 9-16, 70. Wow. That leaves North Melbourne on the bottom of the ladder. Next game, Brisbane Lions versus Port Adelaide at the Gabba. Let's go to the first quarter. Quarter time siren has gone and Port Adelaide have kicked 3-4 on the road to Brisbane 2-3. So it is 7 points the difference to Port Adelaide, 22-15 Brisbane. Second quarter underway. And the second quarter, Brisbane have kicked back. They've kicked 5-1 to Port Adelaide 3-1. And at half time, Brisbane have they've been in front after the halftime siren. Brisbane 46 to Port Adelaide 41. Three-quarter time siren has gone and Brisbane have kicked 4-4 to Port Adelaide 4-3. And at three-quarter time, it's Brisbane by 6 points, 74-68. Who is going to win this game at the Gabba? Brisbane or Port Adelaide? And the final siren has gone and Brisbane have just scraped in by 1 point against Port Adelaide at the Gabba. So that puts Brisbane on top of the ladder. Brisbane 15-9, 99 to Port Adelaide 14-14, 98. Well, that was a heartbreaking game for Port Adelaide. So Brisbane the week before beat Gold Coast by 2 points. And now Port Adelaide by 1 point. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Fremantle versus Gold Coast Suns at the Optus Stadium. So first underway. So Fremantle 5th, Gold Coast 12th. The first quarter has completed and Fremantle have kicked 6 goals, 238 to Gold Coast 3-6, 24. Second quarter underway. Halftime siren has gone and Fremantle have kicked 4 goals, 1 to Gold Coast, 2 goals, 6. And it is 21 points the difference to Fremantle at halftime, 63-42. Third quarter underway in this game. Three-quarter time siren has gone and Fremantle have kicked 5 goals, 1 to Gold Coast, 2 goals, 5. and it is Fremantle by 35 points, 94-59. Last quarter underway in this game. Could go to the home side, Fremantle. And in the end, Fremantle have kicked 6 goals, 3 to Gold Coast, 2 goals, 2. And in the end, Fremantle have won by 10 goals. Final scores, Fremantle 21-7, 133 to Gold Coast, 9-19, 73. So Fremantle, the largest winning margin for round 11 so far. Let's go to the next game. It is match of the round. It's Adelaide Crows versus GWS Giants. Let's go to the first quarter at Adelaide Oval in this game. So Adelaide win, they go back on top. If they lose, then they'll be amongst the pack there. GWS Giants have kicked from 1-5 to Adelaide 1-4, and it's 1 point the difference at quarter time. Second quarter underway in this game. So GWS 11, Adelaide 10. Half-time siren has gone, and the Giants have kicked 4 goals, 4 to Adelaide 1-6 in that second quarter. So at half-time, it is Adelaide down by 17 points, 22-39. Let's go to the second half of this game. Who is going to win? We've got Adelaide after half-time have kicked 5 goals, 5 to the Giants, 1 goal, 1. So it is 11 points the difference. Adelaide's way, it's 7-15-57 at three-quarter time to Giants, 6-10-46. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. Can Adelaide Crows get on top? And that will put them on top of the ladder. And final siren has gone, and Adelaide have kicked 6 goals, 1 to the Giants, 5-2. So in that second half, Adelaide have won by 16 points. Adelaide final score 13-16, 94 to the Giants, 11-12, 78. So that puts Adelaide back on top with Brisbane on the same points, 32 points. All right, so let's go to the second last game of the round. It's Sydney versus Carlton. So it's 16th versus 17th. First quarter has completed, and Sydney have kicked 5 goals, 3 to Carlton, 4 goals, 2. So one of these sides is going to get 8 points in front. So Sydney in the second quarter have kicked 5 goals, 3 to Carlton, 4-3. And at halftime, it is Sydney by 13 points, 66-53. Let's go to the second half of this game at the SCG. Three-quarter time siren has gone, and Sydney have kicked 4 goals, 3 after half-time to Carlton, 2-1. And it is 27 points the difference to Sydney, 93-66. Last quarter underway in this game. And the final siren has gone, and Sydney have won by 41 points at the SCG, so at home. Final scores, Sydney 19-14, 128 to Carlton, 13-9, 87. All right, so let's go to the last game of the round. It is St Kilda versus Richmond. So St Kilda in 9th, Richmond in 7th. So St Kilda win, they will jump into the 8th, Richmond jump out. Okay, first quarter has completed, and Richmond have kicked 6 goals, 3 to St Kilda, 6 goals, 2. So it's 1 point the difference to Richmond at quarter time. Second quarter underway. Halftime siren has gone, and St Kilda in that second quarter have kicked 6 goals, 3 to Richmond, 3 goals, 1. And at halftime, it is 19 points the difference to St Kilda, 77-58. Let's go to the third quarter. Three-quarter siren has gone, and St Kilda have kicked 4 goals, 6 after halftime to Richmond, 1-5. And it is 38 points the difference to St Kilda, 107-69. Let's go to the last quarter of the the game at the Marvel Stadium. And the final siren has gone, and St Kilda have won by 45 points at Marvel Stadium. Final score, St Kilda 22-14, 146 to Richmond, 15-11, 101. Well, that concludes round 11 for season 11 on Saturday, the 10th of January, 2026. We've got a new biggest winning streak leader, and that is the Brisbane Lions with 5 wins in a row. Still got Adelaide as a minor premiership at the moment, and North Melbourne as the Wooden Spooners. Match of the round for round 12 is Collingwood versus Adelaide at the MCG. So that is first versus 10th. Therefore, most teams in the top 8 are playing the bottom sides. So Brisbane's in second are playing the bottom side in North Melbourne at the Gabba for round 12, Wednesday the 14th of January 2026. We'll see you next time on Wednesday the 14th of January 2026 for round 12.